So I raised to participate in this motion, special motion, moved by Lakman Rumbui. Sir, I am more delighted to see that members belonging to the Treasury are actively involved in the debate. And that itself indicates that the MDA government has not done enough. So, sir, coming to the issue of unemployment, this is the report, and this is not the first time that we discuss the issue of unemployment in this August House. We had discussed many a time, and I had also raised this issue in the form of a motion in the previous years. So, sir, but the more we discuss about this issue, the more the problem rises. So as per the periodic labor force survey 2022 tabled by the Union Minister of State at the Parliament, Meghalaya is the worst in the Northeast, sir, and it ranks, it is shown that unemployment rate in Meghalaya is only 6%, followed by Arunachal Pradesh 4.8%, Manipur 4.7%, Nagaland 4.3%. The northeastern states with low unemployment rate are Mizoram 2.2%, Sikkim 2.2% respectively, and Assam 1.7%. So, since we had raised this issue many a time and we had made many suggestions to the government, so I want to raise another level of the problem of unemployment. How can we expect that the unemployment rate will improve when the government is adopting a policy, quote, "You scratch my back, I will scratch yours," unquote. We are not only facing problem of unemployment, that the government is not able to create jobs. The problem that we are facing now is that the government is taking away the jobs from the people. You may laugh, sir, but the fact remains that it happens in our state. The introduction of the government to appoint people, to employ through contractual, through casual and ad hoc, pave way for the government to terminate the services of many people who are already in service. For instance, in the case of the elementary teachers, the government in 2018 introduced a system where the teachers will have to qualify for this Meghalaya Test Eligibility Test, MTET. And in the process, more than thousands were terminated from their jobs. And how can it be fair for the teachers who have been working for more than 15 to 20 years? For more than 15 to 20 years to compete with the fresh students. And most of these teachers, now they have been left high and dry, sir. So, in the case of the nursing, many nurses who were employed are now left without a job because of this policy adopted by the government, where they employed in a contractual basis for a year, and for every year they have to appear for the test. And again, how do we expect that these nurses who have served for 15, 20 years will be able to compete with those fresh candidates? So the idea of outsourcing to franchisee is also another problem that the people are facing. These employees under these different organizations are left at the mercy of these franchisees. So the government is not responsible for anything that these franchisees are doing, sir. So the rate, the payment, the salary that are being paid to these employees under these different organizations are too small an amount. They are given in a fixed rate. Some are given 7,000, 8,000. So imagine who can survive at the present day with 7,000 salary. They have to work for hours and hours. And the payment also is not regular. So in the process, some people will have to leave the job. So which is why, sir, I feel that the introduction of government for contractual, casual, and ad hoc should be stopped at once. Recently, the government had called for an advertisement to fill up the posts of nurses. And again, they are not invited for a regular post, but for contractual. So after a few years, 10 to 15 years, I'm sure that these young girls who are employed on a contractual basis will be left without a job, as they will not be able to be, to fight or to compete with those fresh candidates. Say like in the case of a police department, what will happen if the government introduces a system where those police personnel who have been recruited for 10 to 15 years will have to undergo for a fitness together with the fresh candidates? Most of them, I know they will not be able to compete with them, sir. So this is another area, sir, if we are really concerned about solving the unemployment problem, because this is one of the areas that increase the unemployment rate in the state. So another area where we have seen is that many contractors, suppliers, they are now not getting a job like 10 to 15 years. Because if you don't belong to a particular party, a ruling party, you will not be rewarded a contract or supply works. Which is why in the start, I've mentioned that the government is adopting a policy, you scratch my back, I will scratch yours. The situation has come to a stage where it is not the engineer who allot the work. All the contract works, the supply works, is now being allotted by the minister in charge of that department. So instead of bringing employment to the people, we create more unemployment problem. So therefore, sir, I feel that as a responsible government, we should ensure that everyone in the state is being treated equally based on their merits, based on their competencies. So we have seen the problem arising out of the coal ban on stone and sand mining, which the government has expressed that it is helpless, it cannot do anything. Let us not forget that thousands and thousands of families are depending their livelihood on these works, which is why I had raised in this August House the need to move a resolution to the Government of India to extend the Article 371 to the state of Meghalaya. The Honorable Deputy Chief Minister has just read the ruling of the Supreme Court, where no exemption can be entertained for those areas falling under this 6 scheduled areas. But we know that Article 371 is a law that can protect us from the interference or the application of the central law, which says that no act of parliament can apply in respect of social religious practices of the Nagas. That is Article 371A for the Nagaland and 371G for the state of Mizoram. No Act of Parliament can apply in respect of social religious practices of the Nagas and Mizos, respectively. Administration of civil and criminal justice according to the customary laws of the Nagas and Mizos. Ownership and transfer of land and its resources. So if we have this article being made applicable to the state of Meghalaya, we will be protecting ourselves from the intervention of the central law. The state government alone can regulate rules and policy that will help the indigenous people of the state. So it has come to my notice that the MECL has stopped recruitment for years altogether. There is a gap in the years to come to fill the vacancy in that corporation. And there is a perception that maybe the authority concerned is planning to apply a lateral entry in the later stage. So these are the concerns that government needs to look into seriously and address the problem so that we can reduce the rate of unemployment in the state. And so I would also like to bring to the notice of this August House that in 52 divisions in the public work department, the government has failed to pay salary to numbers of grade 4 employees. And another issue that we are informed is that there has been a circular where employees who have been appointed through a proper procedure, who have passed DSC, they are being told that their vacancy is, to say that they have been told that their vacancies which they have been appointed are the lapse vacancies. So this has created, uneasiness in the minds of those employees. Where will they go now? After having served for 20 years, the department informed them that your post, though you have passed DSC, is appointed against the lapse vacancy. So these are the problems, which is why I'm saying that we are not only discussing about unemployment, the failure of the government not to be able to create jobs, but also that the government is now taking away the jobs from the people. So, sir, I wish the government will take up this matter seriously and rectify and ensure that those who have been in service for 15, 20 years must be taken care, and they should not be thrown out like that and left them high and dry. So with these few words, sir, I resume my seat.
Thank you.